Hi everyone, it's Adam here at Stretch Your English. I'm here to share resources and ideas for teachers of English to speakers of other languages. In this video, I'll be sharing an interactive lesson activity called How Can I Explain My Views More Precisely? It can be used in online lessons and is targeted mainly towards EAP learners, English for academic purposes. However, as you'll see later, it could be adjusted to other contexts and different types of lessons as well. It includes some discussion questions and some chunks of language which express differing shades of meaning. I made this interactive activity using a fantastic online resource called Genially, where you can make presentations and other creations, and it's actually the tool I'm using right now to display the background slides of this video. So let's get started. If you look in the description below this video, you will see a link to a resource. So after you've watched this short tutorial, if you click the link to the resource, then the resource will open in your web browser and you should see this introductory screen first, which you can read in your own time, but just gives a bit of background as to what the activity is all about. So when you're ready to start, you can click Let's Go. Now let's put ourselves in the shoes of the learners for a minute. We have the title screen here. You can click Start and we have 3 topics to choose, which are based around 3 broad functions or themes. So let's go for the one in the middle today. Should X be allowed? And simple stuff so far. 3 discussion questions for students to discuss with their peers. So again, perhaps your students are working in a Zoom breakout room, for example, and this is just a simple prompt to give them something to talk about. So maybe let's choose this one. Should junk food be allowed in school cafeterias? Very controversial topic, I'm sure you'll agree. Discuss this question. What's your opinion? What reasons or evidence do you have? And when you're ready, click the red arrow at the bottom of the page. Okay. So when students are ready to continue after their discussion, they can click this red arrow here at the bottom of the page. And then we have the next activity, the next instructions. Read these chunks of language. What are the differences in meaning? Can you put them in some kind of order? Click here to view the answers. Okay then, so here we have an interactive activity that students can do. Let's click Start. Should X be allowed? In our case, should junk food be allowed in our cafeterias? Okay, well, if my answer is yes, I could perhaps say yes, it should be allowed or should be permitted. And I know that to ban something is the opposite. So if we want to say no, we could say junk food should be banned. Acceptable in some circumstances. So maybe this kind of goes in the middle somewhere. And then, hang on, we've got should be promoted or encouraged. Okay, so you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gaps here on a rough scale. Maybe if I say something should be promoted or encouraged, it gives a stronger opinion on this broad theme of permission than simply saying it should be allowed. So actually, I'm going to switch these around and put that at the top. And that leaves me with this final chunk here, should be discouraged. So closer to no than to yes, a lot closer. When the students are ready to check their answers, they can click the answers icon and you will see it's password protected. The password is in the description below this video. It's simply answers1. And if you're teaching on Zoom, for example, you might want to broadcast this answer in breakout rooms after 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So let's enter the password and we can check the answers, and we have a final activity as well. So as a final suggested activity, the students are tasked with thinking back to the questions which they discussed. Can they write a short paragraph using one of these chunks of language? And that rounds everything off. When the students have finished this activity, they can click the home button and repeat similar tasks again, but on this time with 2 different functions or broad themes. And each of these, of course, include different discussion questions and different chunks of language which express differing shades of meaning. In my next video, I'll be sharing a template for this interactive activity, which you can edit yourself, so you can add your own discussion questions, your own chunks of language. Or, of course, you could task your students with creating their own activity to test their peers or test you as the teacher, and then you can provide feedback and error correction in the process. And as I say, this is all made using an online tool called Genially. So, please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos, and you can also find all these resources and ideas shared on my website, stretcherenglish.com. You can also check me out on Instagram at stretcherenglish or contact me directly, stretcherenglish@gmail.com. Thanks very much and see you next time.